Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is the Lockernome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. That's also short for Too Long Didn't Read. I know, the irony did not escape me. This is your daily dose of tech news, gadget views, and answers that you can use. The Lockernome Daily Report is brought to you by GoToMeeting with HD Faces, the way I meet with my team online. With GoToMeeting, you can share the same screen so you stay on the same page. And HD Video makes it like being in the same room. You can launch or join a meeting using your computer, phone, or tablet, even present from your iPad. I used GoToMeeting 3 times today to meet with Vlogger Fair partners and sponsors from around the world, and I didn't have to leave my home office. You can try GoToMeeting free for 30 days. Head over to GoToMeeting.com, click the Try It Free button, and use the promo code Pirillo. Apple saved my life! And that's not an exaggeration. I got an email from Michael this morning, and he was explaining how he kept hearing this hissing in his kitchen. He couldn't figure out what it was. So he downloaded an app available for the iPhone, a VU meter that would help him detect where the sound was coming from. And by using this, he discovered that it was some leaky water pipe underneath his kitchen floorboards. Well, when they pulled up the floorboards to fix the pipe, they realized that there was also a gas leak. So, yeah, not having that app may have led him to, well, his demise. So I'm very grateful that Michael is still with us. I'm glad he shared that story because that is technology changing lives. Without that app, he may not have known what was going on and, well, something bad could have happened. I'm guessing Google could have saved his life if he had an Android phone and there was an equivalent app, or possibly even the Windows Phone. And speaking of Windows Phone, Chris Hutton reached out to me to let me know that he has created a free Lockernome app for Windows Phone 8. You can download it right now and do most everything that you can do in the Lockernome app available for both iOS and Android. This app, however, on Windows Phone 8 is not controlled by me. If you have feedback, be sure to share it because, you know, that's what it's about. You guys were asking, when am I going to support Windows Phone 8? Well, I use Mobile Roadie. I'm a huge fan, and they only support Android and iOS at this point. In fact, if we look at the free Lockernome app right now, it looks like Jessica Miserqua, that's the name, is our top community member today, according to the application. Mobile Roadie is a great platform for you to build your own apps on either iOS and Android, and we're working on a free Vlogger Fair app as well, since they're coming in as a sponsor. The reason why I like having an iOS and Android app is specifically so I can send out push notifications to you guys to let you know when new videos have been uploaded. And they should be working. If not, we're working on a fix. Let's say you wanted to develop your own iOS app and not rely on another platform like Mobile Roadie. Well, we've got a How to Make iPhone Apps video course now available on deals.lockernome.com at a 61% discount. Wow. So for 19 bucks, you can learn by way of video how to develop your own iPhone apps right now. The Galaxy Note 2 could beat the S4 for digital illustrators. In fact, there's rumors suggesting that the Galaxy S4 has been outselling the Galaxy S3, at least in the time period when each of these devices were announced. The S4 seems to be more of a hot seller because people like the S3, they want the S4 because it has an updated spec list. Can't say that I blame them, but that doesn't mean that it would be a full-on replacement for the Galaxy Note 2, even though, yes, both of these devices are created by the same company, Samsung. There are a few reasons you might want to go with the Galaxy Note 2 over a Samsung Galaxy S4. One, it's a physically larger screen. Some people really like that. In fact, they call these things phablets, phone, tablet devices. Two, this thing, and that's what makes it perfect for people who are into writing or illustrating digitally. The S Pen. It's not a stylus, and it's an S Pen. Now, yes, you do have the ability to do that hover touch that's coming with some software updates, specifically with the Samsung Galaxy S4, but some people really want a stylus. And those are really the two primary things that set it apart from the Samsung Galaxy S4, at least as far as the hardware is concerned. Yes, you are getting some upgraded internals in the Galaxy S4 versus the Note 2, but they're really two different devices for two different types of people. Which one would you want more, the Samsung Galaxy S4 or the Galaxy Note 2, and why? That's my question for you today. Just leave your answer in the comments. Let's just see how this community stacks up. And I don't care if you wouldn't want to buy one. If you had to choose between one or the other, which one would you go with? Have I not talked about Windows 8 today? Sorry about that. Here's a way to get the ultimate Windows 8 kit right now, complimentary. You just head over to the link that we've put for you in this video's description. So if you have just gotten started with Windows 8 or thinking about getting started with Windows 8, start with this guide. It'll help. See this? It's a vertical mouse. And it's from Evoluent. even if I didn't say the company name correctly, it's very comfortable in my hand. This one was designed for a right hand. Available in Apple's store right now. They sent this to me to review. And the thing I like about it is it's very comfortable. Instead of resting my hand in this position, I can keep it in a regular position, because if you have your hands, like, let's say, hanging off the side of your arm, as they should be because they're your hands, the hand is probably going to be in this position, just like the mouse has it oriented this way versus a very uncomfortable strain-inducing position like this. So if you have strain in your wrist and you still need to use a mouse, you may look into a vertical mouse. Again, this is available, and they actually have models available for both OS X or Mac and Windows PCs. And no, before anybody asks, it doesn't work with the iPad. I was just using the iPad as a platform. You know what else that company sent me? An iPad mini. Now I gotta figure out how to give this away. So how should I do it? Just give it to one of you guys or gals at random? Let's figure out something that'd be kind of fun for the entire community to participate in. But I'm gonna have to remind you again, how should we give this thing away? Just say, here? Well, I can only give it to one of you, but I'm struggling for ideas that would be fun and really interactive. Our question of the day is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. If you want to save money on your next purchase, just email me first, chris@Pirillo.com. I will send you my latest list of coupons. Harold asks, what is the best feed reading solution? Now that Google Reader is dead, people have been using Feedly, potentially Flipboard. I've also heard that NetNewsWire is making a comeback. That was a hugely popular newsreader, feed reader back in the day. You know, and people ask me what I use. I didn't even use Google Reader, so I wasn't really sad, unlike the millions of people who used it when it went away. My social feeds, even though they're not exactly like feed readers, that's my feed reader, right? Whatever shows up on Twitter and Facebook, when you guys tweet me something, at Chris Pirillo such and such, or here's a link, hey, at Chris Pirillo, did you see this? Or hey, at Lockernome. So I'll see those tweets when they come in, or you email me. And so in many ways, you're my feed. As much as I feed you, you feed me in return. It's how I know what you're interested in and what you might possibly want to talk about in these future videos. So, I've yet to find a feed reader that I would want to stick with. Some people like Pulse, even though, again, it's more limited in terms of what it can do. I've just yet to really latch on to a feed reader now. I have so much content I can't even begin to digest. So this is another reason why I'm kind of overwhelmed with all the content. Hopefully I don't overwhelm you, though. But when I, am appreciative when you share the links that we create for you or we put out there, it's because I know that that's how other people are going to discover the stuff that we do. So when you share a link to our video, that's awesome. When you share a link to an article, awesome. A question, awesome. A deal, awesome. And I really genuinely appreciate it, because I think a lot of people are never going to latch on to the idea of a feed reader. It's just going to be their social feed, whatever they're sharing on Facebook and specifically even on YouTube. When I comment on a video, you will see that show up in your social feed if you're following that from me. Or if I like a video or favorite a video, you'll see that activity. So, and I do that specifically because I know you're going to see it. I add a lot of videos to my favorites. I comment on a fair amount of videos that you may wonder, well, why is Chris commenting on that? They tend to be the videos that nobody else sees. I like, certainly following popular YouTubers. In fact, today I found out a fellow YouTuber also likes Garbage Pail Kids, because it came in from a tweet, and it linked over to a no video, actually. I looked at his channel, saw a recent video had to do with Garbage Pail Kids. So it was all about making those social connections that made the information that they were sharing valuable to me. It is about connecting with other people. That's what social media is really all about. So in terms of the best feed reading solution, there are a lot of options out there. Ultimately, though, you've got to find something that you like, but that you can stick with. And I think what people are inclined to stick with are feed reading solutions that are interactive. And that, to me, is, the world of social media. Google+, Facebook, or Twitter, or any one of those networks, really. YouTube, too. How do you get your news? Just curious to know. And again, I'm interested in finding out how you do it. I'm wondering if it's like me. And even if it's not like me, I certainly appreciate you liking and sharing the things that you see with other people, because that helps me. And I love helping you. And you like being helped. Otherwise, why would you have listened this far into the video? Spaghetti! We'll see you later.